Yeah, first game, I'm Michelle Gardner, the coach at Bowling Green, is a good friend of mine, and she just took over that program, and they have been in not so pleasant places. And to see them show up in front of a crowd and play the way they did made me really happy for her, because they made some big time plays. They really did. Wasn't really pleased with what we were doing throughout the game. I thought we were just a little listless, and we just weren't getting anything to, if we'd connect, they'd make a play. And it was more frustrating than anything, because they just kept making plays, and credit them for that. But getting that big home run from Pick and ending the game, walk-offs are always a fun way to win. And this team is still learning how to celebrate and how to, what is safe to do, what isn't safe to do. And walk-offs, everything goes away. Like, you get to celebrate however and wherever you want. So that was a big moment for us. This second game, their pitcher threw some really nasty, it was a really devastating 20-mile-per-hour difference. So we just started putting our runners in motion and putting hit and runs on and things like that, just to try to make it easy for our hitters to just swing. And we were trying to do it early in the count. We had some success with that, and I think we started to crack the code on that pitcher, and then everything really started to open up. So pitchers did a nice job throughout the day, still getting those big strikeouts. We needed Sam Landry to come in there and close out first game. That was really, really important for us. So overall, it's 2 wins, and we learned a lot, and just put it in the books.
All right, guys, game start.
Patty, Sid, since she's gotten here, it looks like to me she's really grown up and calmed down. You're hitting her in the 3-hole now. So talk about that. Talk about that. And she's improved so much defensively, too.
I'd say everybody talks about her hitting, but her defense is another level. And she really worked hard when she got here. She knew she had to be a really good fielder to get on the field. She put a lot of work into that. I think Sid looks at this as, I don't know if I'm speaking for her, but it's her senior year. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. And her body looks great. I mean, she's been really working hard to be her best this year, and right now she's really showing it.
Right. Patty, you talked about putting runners in motion. I want to ask you about Ailana's day. 4 stolen bases, I think, over the 2 games. What stands out to you with her as a base stealer? And just, I know you knew that was going to have to be, a much bigger part of this team's offense this year. How do you feel like that's gone overall?
Really well. It's fun. I'm still trying to figure it out. Just I don't know. Should I? Then I'm just just go with your gut. And anytime she's on, I feel really comfortable with her beating out anything that's thrown through the hitter. I feel that way with Ella. I feel that way with Abby Dayton. There's some that I really feel comfortable running with, but there's also some like Sid who I feel really comfortable with the hit and run, and Ella Parker loves the hit and run. Some of these guys want it. They're asking for it. So the running part, the stolen base situations are really setting us up for scoring multiple than just a single mover to second kind of thing. If we can get them to second, we can get a ball through the infield, we're going to score real easy, and that's really what we're trying to set up.
John or Jesse?
Patty, how much does the way that the game started against Bowling Green and the way the game finished against Bowling Green, how much does that help when you're 13-0, 14-0, and so on and so forth?
It's important to be able to find ways to win when maybe your body doesn't want to, or whether you're tired, whether you are feeling like you're in a slump, whatever it is, nobody cares. This is true. No one cares. I don't care. No one cares. You just got to find a way. There are many times you might not want to come to the field, but softball, we talked about, should be something you can't wait to play. And it's not always easy. It doesn't always work your way. Sometimes you're behind and you feel the stress. But that's the beauty of the chase. It's fun to be in those positions and see what you can do with it. And so that was a big game for us.
Sid, quick follow-up for you, if you don't mind. The 7 RBIs today was obviously big. The grand slam was obviously big, turned that game around. Why are you feeling, to respond to coach's comments, why are you feeling so good right now, this year, that kind of thing?
I mean, I got baptized like on the 22nd, so after that, well, before then, there's a lot of work in progress, but I got baptized, and I just feel like literally everything's just free. Like, I haven't really, like nothing's really affected me. Like, if I do bad or if I do good, it's all kind of like equal. Like, it's I don't know. I didn't even know I hit 7 RBIs, if I'm being honest. I didn't know that.
Was your favorite play the one off of Peyton's leg?
Yes. I was.
I don't know. We mentioned the 4 stolen bases today. Just can you talk about the aggressiveness, running the base paths, and how important was that for you today?
Yeah, I think that it's just important for me to get into scoring position because I have such great hitters. Like I'm just really trying to get into scoring position so I can score for my team.
Can you talk about just these first couple weekends for you, just how things have felt for you, at the plate, in the field, just as you've gotten adjusted and everything?
Yeah, I think I've been adjusting, just taking one bat at a time and just trying to keep it simple. And at the end of the day, my mindset when I'm in the box and just every time I'm up to bat, just find a way to get on base, really. I'm not thinking to do too much because I have a great offense behind me.
Yeah.
Bob, and then, yeah.
Sid, what does it mean to be a senior on this year's team with so many fresh faces, either freshmen or the transfers, and how has your leadership ability evolved since then?
I feel like I'm like a behind-the-scenes type of leader. Like, I will go up to that person, like, probably like a one-on-one situation, like, probably nobody would see it, but I'm like a person that goes to them and then, like, asks them where their head's at. Like, because I know I've been there before. Like, I know how it is to struggle, or I know how it is to, like, feel like you're in a slump or whatever, but I also know how to get out of that, too. So I have, like, a lot of advice that I've been, like, giving everybody. I feel like it's super cool to be a senior now because I can just pass the torch and, like, see what everybody else passed to me, like, see what it looks like after I leave.
Yes.
Coach, as you can continue to learn about your team, I mean, what was your assessment from this weekend, winning these games and in front of this crowd? What was your assessment overall of the team?
I think over the actual weekend, we might have been a little bit tight. This is new for us. We were playing in front of 1,000 fans with the Battle Series, but now we're at 4,500, and it sounds different. It feels different. So I do think there were a few nerves. I think Audrey Lowry was a little nervous to get the start today as well. So I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't even think that. I'm just like, it's me. I've been doing it so long that it doesn't faze me. So I think everyone feels that way, and they certainly don't because I haven't been doing it that long. But I'm not going to say that we were nervous. I just don't think we were as free-flowing as we've been. And we've talked about it, and we understand that. And there's a few things we're going to make changes with that I think will help them feel more fresh and things like that. We know that this next weekend is our last official tournament weekend. And it's kind of the last chance to really get a lot of things right before we start conference play.
Patty, how would you kind of assess the pitching staff this weekend? You talked a little bit about Sam and Audrey, but as a group, how would you kind of look at all that?
Pretty good. I know that Bella Smith has not given up an earned run yet. Sam Landry is just a K machine right now, really coming in and doing well. I think Audrey was a little bit tight, but I'm not going to use that against her because she's really been throwing well for us. Peyton is getting her opportunities that fit for her the right way, like the matchup has to be right. And KD's really elevated her game as well. So I go into any game feeling really confident with our pitching staff. They all have different looks, and they've all been showing a lot of success.
Okay.
Ailana, I'm curious, the art of the steal, it's an undervalued aspect in softball sometimes. Now, Patty has used it whenever she's had players that can do it. But how hard do you work on it, and how hard of a craft is it to master the steal? 'Cause